Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody, coast to coast, worldwide, international. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. Yes, I am. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we get together every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, and we talk about the joys, the fun, the excitement of living in Mexico, visiting Mexico, having fun in Mexico, eating tacos, dancing, listening to mariachi music. That's what we do here on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel every Saturday morning. We got a lot going on this week. Got a lot of video clips. If you're new here, feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you are, if you want to, or you can just kick back and chill and not do diddly squat. Just listen to what people have to say. Let's see here. Had some technical difficulties this morning. We got Gary in the house. Buenos dias, mi familia. Feliz sábado. That means hi family, my family. Happy Saturday. We got Hi Vibe in the house. Hi Vibe. Good morning to you, girl. Great to see you here. Tony is in the house. Hello, Tony, to you. Sammy in the house. Sammy, W9Z. That's funny because I know who you are, girl. Char Williams is in the house. Buenos dias, Char. Always great to see you here in the house. Buenos dias todos. Another wonderful Saturday. Go out and enjoy it. It's always wonderful down here. It's been a little chilly lately, and when I say chilly, this morning when I checked at 6 a.m., it was about 55, 56 degrees. It'll get a high of about 72 degrees today. It's cloudy today. The weather's funny here in Morelia. It'll be cloudy now. Then at 2 o'clock, it'll be sunny. But this is the end of the rainy season, or probably we'll get and like most of this week, it was sunny all week. The weather forecast says it's raining, but it's not. It's sunny. Okay, so we'll get through September, and then it won't rain for 6 to 7 months. It'll be sunny and it'll be chilly in the evening. That's cool with me too. We need to get Bill some of the live Mexican cooking demonstration on these live streams. What do you say, Bill? Sure, I got some tacos. And frijoles back there, right back there in the kitchen. I can do that. We can go live with that. We got my neighbor in the house. Hola, happy Saturday, everyone, from David. Great to see you here. And Callie Trucker in the house. The California. Good morning from California. Woo! Great to see you here, Callie Trucker. Yeah, took a trip this week, and it was a real experience. It was freaky deaky. I'm gonna tell you, I got clips about it. But first, have a friend in town. She's a subscriber, one of my original subscribers, and she watched my videos, moved to Ajijic for a quick minute. Then she moved to Mazatlan, and she bought a condo in Mazatlan in El Centro, but it gets hot as hell in Mazatlan this time of year. So she's here in Morelia for 4 or 5 months. And we went out to breakfast, not yesterday, but the Friday before that. And this is, I'm going to show you the restaurant that we went to. It was the worst breakfast that I've had in Mexico, and here it is right here. This is it. The place is called I've got it written down here. Biscuits Obregon. Biscuits Obregon. This is the worst breakfast I've ever had in my life. And all I got was bacon and eggs. The eggs were cold. The bacon didn't look like bacon. I don't know what it was. And she ordered an omelet. How she ordered a cheese omelet. It was cold. But we were there Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. But all I can say is this place is called Biscuits Obregon. Biscuits Obregon. It was the nastiest breakfast I've ever had in my life. Maybe I just chose the wrong thing to eat. But how do you that's why I order bacon and eggs, scrambled eggs and bacon. How do you mess that up? I don't know. I don't understand. But there are many of them in Morelia. It's kind of like what do you call that? Denny's. It's kind of like Denny's, except it doesn't smell bad. It didn't smell bad like Denny's does. You know, you go into Denny's and it smells like they got a bunch of dead rats in the kitchen, which they probably do. but I suggest don't go there. Just say no. Just say no to Biscuits Obregon. But I do want to share another place with you that I went to last Saturday. Let's see what's going on in comments over here. Okay. Salvador 4701. Hola, Bill. Feliz Sábado. Looking forward to hearing about this week's Bill's adventures. This week of adventures was a real adventure. I went to a place this week. I thought I was going to get kidnapped. I didn't know what was going to happen. It was freaky. And I got clips of it. I'm going to tell you all about it. What's the current exchange rate, my friend? Well, let's go right into money converter over here. Okay. The peso. Let's put this in over here. And this is what I check. This is the second thing I check when I get up every morning. And let's just share the screen here. Here we go. Right here. Here's what we're talking about. Right now, it's at 18.60 pesos for $1. The chart you see there is a 5-day chart. And it's been going up and down by about $4 all week. You can see that it went down. The value of the peso went down, then it went back up. And this is just a 5-day period. So 18.60 isn't bad. That's not bad. I'd rather it be at 20 or 22, but my rent popped up and down between $472 a month, and now my rent is $478 a month. So you know, that's cool. I'm cool as long as my rent stays below $500 a month. I'm a happy camper. There you go. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What? Oh yeah, this was a freaky trip. Cats, great to see you in the house, Tony. If you end up marrying a rich, beautiful Moralian widow, Bill, I hope you don't forget us little people and still do these live streams. Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, I was talking to somebody. I was talking to somebody about women yesterday, and they were saying, "Yeah, Bill, go out and get you a woman. Get a woman." Nah, man, I'm just leaving the women alone. I've been with more women than most guys could ever dream about, but I'm just not good at it. I have a hard time just taking care of myself. You know, I stay busy and all that kind of stuff, but I just leave the women alone. I'm not gay. I've never been with the boys, but that's just not on my program. Or Waffle House. Now, Waffle House, I could get a real groove. I wish they had Waffle House here in Morelia. I like me some Waffle House. El Rayo, hola a todos from West Texas. Click the like button, and thank you, Ray, for the El Ray for the publication or for the promotions there. And yeah, click the like button. And if you're new here, this is your show. I show up. I always travel. I've always got clips to share with you, video clips. I've got about 40 video clips this morning to share with you. I was watching my video from last week, the live broadcast, and I was noticing that I was saying a lot. And I watch other broadcasters, professional, not professionals, and I just hate it when they say a lot. So I'm trying to restrict my speech for the first time this Saturday by eliminating I'm trying to not say or oh or ah. I'm trying to block it out. She thinks so she speaks is hi everyone. It's a great day here in Charlotte. Counting down the days until I return to Merida. Great to have you here. We did an interview with She Thinks So She Speaks, broke it into 4 parts. We've got parts 1, 2, and 3 are up. I think maybe part 4 might go up. She owns a home in Merida. Brilliant young lady. Brilliant. Liston Henry, my neighbor in Morelia. Bill, glad you're here this morning to talk to us and not kidnapped. I'm telling you, Liston, I got a story for you guys today. This was scary. This was the first town that I went to that I was just happy to get on any method of transportation out of that town. I swear to God, it was freaky deaky. I'm going to tell you the whole story here. Op Chef, buenos dias. And if I'm not mistaken, Op Chef is actually Marco in Chicago. And Marco gave me an excellent list of places to visit, and this town was on his list. But the thing is about his list, he gave me a list of about 14 places to go. And he almost left, he left a little note now, and he said, now I'm not sure if all of these places are safe. And this place that I went this week, I don't know if it was safe or not. We'll get to it soon. Eric, good morning. Eric, great to see you in the house. Michelle, also in Morelia. Hey, Bill. Maria and I went to Lupita's Buffet last Sunday. I ate so much I came home and took a nap. Yeah, that's Lupita's. They got a bunch of food in there. And fortunately, your wife is Mexican, so she can tell you what to eat. I go in there, I just look around, I see all that. So I'm thinking, what is this? What is that? Good for you, Katrina the Maker. In the house, good morning to you. One of the big joys of living in Mexico is just walking around, and every Saturday after the broadcast, oops, I just did it. I don't want to say Every Saturday after the broadcast, I walk to one of my many stores that I go to, and right down the hill from where I live, there's a big boulevard, and that is where I shoot all of my latest intros for videos. So when you see me standing on the street on that boulevard, I'm going to show you what happened to me last Saturday. And the boulevard usually doesn't have that many parked cars because the homeowners all have garages. They don't park on the street. But every week when I leave, this one place, there's like 10 cars all parked in front of the place. So I looked at the place. I said, let me go down here and see what's going on. So I walk down to this place, and this place that I'm going to show you right now is about 5 blocks from where I live. Here we go. This is 5 blocks from where I live. And if you're on the corner, you can see a bunch of cars, but you can't see the people, because the people, this guy, he's running a business from his garage, and the garage doors are open towards the street, so you can't see the people behind the garage doors, whatever. But this was a real delight. Here you go. This is what was behind the garage doors. And this is what all the cars were of the people parked on the street. He's got some slow cooked pork there, tacos, and other little Mexican delights. And people were just chowing down. Let me play that video again. He's got 1 or 2 tables for people to sit down on. I don't know. It looks like a family operated business. There's a guy cutting up the pork. You can buy, I think he had a sign there, and he's charging like 360 pesos for a kilo. That's about $23 for a kilo. Here's another shot. Here you go. And these people are just chowing down, man. They're buying these slow cooked pork tacos to go, or to eat there, or just buying the meat and getting that to go, to 1 kilo, 2 kilos. I love this stuff. I can't eat it. It's like the devil. It gets in my stomach, and that's like the devil. I eat that stuff. I might be dead the next day. But the funny thing is, I didn't know, but the sign on his garage says he is open 4 days a week from 9 to 3. Another side hustle you could do if you move down here to Mexico, just open up your door, sell some food, whatever it is that you want to sell. Like you want to sell some frosted flakes, whatever works, right? We got Reggie in the house from Laguna Beach. Always great to see you. And Rango, buenos dias, desde Nuevo Mexico. That's from Nuevo Mexico. Rango, great to see you in the house. And the one, the only Brian, pretty boy, Maiden in the house from Canada. Good morning, Bill, and all in the house. Great to see you here. The buck stops here. That's a Dallas Cowboys jersey that dude is wearing in Mexico. Go Cowboys. Yeah. It is there I go. I'm going to go back to that clip again because because this clip right here. There I go. Now there's a Dallas shirt, and that I think is a. There you go. A New Orleans Saints shirt. So there's a New Orleans Saints shirt, a Dallas Cowboy shirt, and that lady. I don't want to really bug you with this, but I'm going to go over to the right, and that lady right there with the white sweatshirt, that is a I Love California sweatshirt. So wherever you go in Mexico, people are just geared out with American paraphernalia. They love it. They love it. I'm trying. I need to go to a hypnotist or something to get that stopped. But anyway, that's one of the joys of living in Mexico. And the great thing about this guy, he has a nice clean house, very clean garage. I bet his kitchen is really clean. I get a very good clean feel about it. So let's make our next stop here. Our next stop is this trip that I took this week. Let's see, what is this clip? Oh, this week I had to send in my Social Security renewal form. They send one to me about every 9 months to see if I'm still alive. You can see Burger King over there on the corner. I call this the long walk. I'm going to play that again. This is the long walk. But I go by about 6 banks, my main grocery store, and DHL's right over there. I go over there to DHL to send in and right next to DHL, they have a Federal Express office. So I use DHL. It cost me $74 to send my form in so that the government knows that I'm still alive, so they still send my Social Security check. The funny thing is, my friend that I went to breakfast with last Friday, she says she's never received one of these forms. And she's been on Social Security for about 4 years. But they send me a form, and if you don't fill the form out and send it in, then they cut off your Social Security, which has happened to me once in the past. And that's why I go to DHL and pay $74 so that they don't cut me off. So it's I think it's called like form 7162, something like that. You can print it out. There I go with the again. Also, I just learned from DHL that you can actually use the address on the envelope, which is like a P.O. box. I didn't think you could use P.O. boxes with DHL, but you can send to a P.O. box. Just a little tidbit, just a little bit of information. Now, another place that I walked through, and I don't think Axel Foley is in the house today, but I was walking through the mall, and there's a big Cineplex. First, I had to ride a couple of those rides there. I like to get on the rides, ride them. But here are the types of movies that are playing at the Cineplex. I don't go to the movies. Superman makes sense to me. I can see Superman up there. They have 8 movies showing. Most of these movies are in Spanish. I think only one of the movies was in English with Spanish subtitles, which has changed a lot. It used to be that all the movies in Mexico were in English for years. Movies were always in English with Spanish subtitles, but I'm going to say about 3 years ago, it must be AI that has been making these changes so that they can do that. Now, here we go. Let's get back over here. Oh, there I go again. Okay. Oh, let me scroll back here. Okay. Eric, I bet it was very good. Oh, yes, that food, it looked good. And them people, nobody was talking, Eric. All they were doing was eating tacos. That's another good thing about eating food out in Mexico. You just eat. It's hard to get your bills so that you can leave. And you just eat. And if you want some more, you say, okay, give me another one of those. Give me another. Eat. And they just keep eating out is a pleasure. And you just eat all that you want. Nobody's trying to get you rushed out. I waited tables through college for like 5 years. And I waited tables in very nice restaurants. And the goal was to get people in and get them out and get somebody else at your table. Not in Mexico. That eat slow. You almost have to kidnap the waiter to get your check. Yeah, Mexico, eating out in Mexico is a joy. Me encanta la comecita de los Saints. Soy de Nuevo Orleans. Very good. I love the team, the Saints. I'm cool with the Saints. Okay. Brian, Iron Maiden. That's funny. Okay. Took me a while to get it. It's thank you so much, Rango. It's okay to you're thinking, and that's fine. Thank you so much, Rango, for your forgiveness. Thank you so much. The other is New Orleans Saints jersey, and those are authentic NFL jerseys. Wow. Those are not cheap, amigos, unless you buy them at the Tianguis. Yeah. And we'll talk about, hey, Bill, we need to take one of our dogs to the vet. So I need to cut out. Oh, well, thank you, David. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for saying hello. And I hope your dog makes it. Mr. Randy Rudolph, thank you. Good morning, Brother Bill and family. Mr. Rudolph, always great to see you in the house. I hope you and yours are doing well. And Rango has contributed to the channel. Thank you, Rango, for supporting the channel so that we can make these trips and invest in equipment and cameras and memory and computers and all of that. Hey, girl from Texas, if I'm not mistaken, it's a beautiful Saturday. Glad to see your live stream. Saludos, everyone. Brende, you spelled your name for me. You pronounced your name for me. I still can't get it right, but we're always happy to see you in the house. Your are very, thank you so much, cats. You speak clearly and in a good, thank you so much. I watched this video and I just saw, and I said, oh man, I got to stop that. Okay, so let's get on with this trip that I took this week. I learned a lot of, Brenda, really? Brenda, that's me. What about the name you used to give me? It was started with a P, I think. It was, it was tough. But anyway, this trip, here's the name of the city. The place I went, it was called Cuto de la Esperanza. Cuto de la Esperanza. And it's about 32 miles east of Morelia. Yes, 32 miles due east from Morelia, and it's actually in the municipality of Morelia, but it's a very small town. And the town was actually beautiful. It was a beautiful town. Population, I think, is only about 1,000 people, though it seemed larger than that. And I could take a taxi there. So this is a list from Marco in Chicago, and many of the towns on this list are within 45 miles of Morelia. So most of the major bus services don't go there. So you have to figure out how to get there. So I got into Didi, and Didi, for those of you that don't know, Didi is like Uber. So I put the name of this town into Didi. It showed up. It was going to cost me 233 pesos to get there. That's like $11, and off I went. So I'm in my Didi ride. We're on the main drags in Morelia, and then we get off of the main drag, and here we go. We're headed to Cuto de Esperanza. And here is where the adventure begins. I talked with someone, and they said you could live here extremely affordably for rent, though they said that properties are going to cost you. So we're driving. This is only maybe 25 miles from Morelia. We're driving down the road. Here's some cows right off the side of the road. Got to go slow-mo so that you can see that. There you go. Yep. So it was a beautiful trip. It was like a 40-minute trip from my apartment. And we're getting closer to the town, and the driver knew exactly where the town was, which was a little surprising to me. Now we are entering the town in the Didi. It's a very small town, but it was one of the most cleanest towns I've ever seen in Mexico. And now we start to see houses and shops. And this is where the nightmare begins. It was kind of like a horror movie. The thing about this town, everywhere you're going to see some stuff here. Where was that? Here we go. I'm gonna play that clip again. Yeah, I didn't see too many pedestrians. I went to the plaza. There weren't hardly any. There were only like one or two people in the plaza, which was rare, even though it was 10 o'clock in the morning. And I noticed somebody was following me down the street taking pictures. This is the main plaza, right on the edge of town. And you'll notice there are like no people out here. Nobody. There's a person over there. And that is where you would catch the bus also. So I walk around the plaza a little bit. I decided to walk down this street, and there is the main church, temple, cathedral, whatever you want to call it. You'll notice that the streets are extremely clean. You don't even see any dust. No paper, just dust. I think you're going to see a couple of pedestrians here in a minute. And I did go into the church, and that is where the nightmare began. I didn't think I was going to get out of this town alive. Here we go. I'm going to walk down this street. Now, I'm going to say that this city must have the best neighborhood watch group in Mexico, because I think that they're all signed into some kind of group, Facebook, or they have walkie-talkie radios or something like that. But if the town is beautiful, it's very clean, but I'm thinking that almost every house I walk by, they must have all gotten into Facebook and said, hey, there's like this black guy walking down the street with a camera. And you're going to see some houses soon that were out of this world, beautiful and modern. They have many streets like this. I don't know if I could live in this town. I was told by an attorney that lives in this town that rents are extremely affordable, cheap. And that would mean cheaper than Morelia. And it's a beautiful, clean place. I talked to another friendly guy that lives there on the plaza. He's from there. The attorney I talked to's from there. He got his law degree in Morelia. I asked him, well, why did you leave Morelia? And he said, well, just Morelia just has too many people. But here you go. Just walking down the side street, very peaceful, but notice there's like no traffic, no people. I'm thinking that this was a sign to me to watch out for the towns that are too small. Now look at this house over here on the left. I think I'm going to span over there. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, here we go. Look at the beautiful doors, the beautiful balcony. It's almost like a brand new home. There's a home being built there. Many of the homes on this street are like brand new, very modern. And as I walk down to see more and more homes, we're getting to the edge of town. You can barely see the trees. We'll get there soon, but the trees and the field way down at the bottom of the hill. Okay, now hold on a second. Okay, let me write down where I stopped here. And let's check in on some comments and see what be going on. Let's see what be going on here. Okay. Reggie, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Hey, Bill, if you stop the I think it's a counterfeit Bill, the Geek. Thank you so much. The are, oh man, you guys are so nice. Thank you. Thanks for being kind and forgiving and supporting the channel so I can make more of these trips. And I hope I don't get kidnapped. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you. David, to avoid saying while he was thinking JFK, used to say, let me say this about that. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. Ms. Hawkins, great to see you in the house. Haven't seen you in a while. Always great to see you. We've got Brenda. There you go. That's the name right there. Pachita is my nickname, means Mexican-American girl. Pachita, thank you. I thought so. Pocha is when I butcher the Spanish. I try. My husband corrects me every now and then. Thanks for having me in your group this morning. I'm so happy that you're here. When I take a Uber or a Didi, of course they have your name. My name is Bill in their system, but Mexicans, they don't know how to say Bill because I is pronounced like E. So it's Bill. I was with a woman, a Mexican woman for a very long time, and I forgot how to say my name. I didn't say Bill for about 8 years. I forgot how to say it. Once I broke up with that woman, I had to practice saying my name instead of saying Bill. I had to practice Bill, but whatever. Let's keep going. Sammy, Billy, the thing that draws me to your channel is your authenticity. Oh, thank you so much. Tranquilo, por favor. Be cool. Por favor. We love your us. Oh, man, that's so nice. Thank you, Sammy. And Sammy, I know who you are, girl. Thomas. Hola, everyone back in Charlotte. Oh, you back in Charlotte? Really? Tommy Sands, you went back to Charlotte? Won't be back in Morelia until December. I hope you had a good time, Mr. Sands. And we'll be holding a spot down for you. And I know you had fun because every Saturday you'd show up and you'd say, I got to get out. I'm Bill. I got to leave now. I got to hit the streets again. And in Morelia, I know he had a good time. Uh-oh, my kids are telling me to stop. Uh-oh, okay. And what are they telling you to stop? Uh-oh, my kids are telling me to stop sending. Oh, yes, okay. Oh, yeah. So this is Ops Chief. This is actually Marco in Chicago. Yeah, Marco, I was thinking about all the way leaving this town. I was thinking about you, man. That was not a good trip, Marco. So I'm gonna get to the details here in a second. Brian Maiden, I've been seeing U.S. troops fighting cartel. Is there any truth to that? Here in Morelia, I have not seen anything. I've not heard anything. I haven't even seen any YouTube channels about Trump's. Now, I've heard that Trump is thinking about sending troops to Mexico to fight the cartel. I tell you what, on my list of things to talk about is how taxi drivers talk about Donald Trump. People ask me, taxi drivers, what do you think of Donald Trump? I'm just going to say now, got a truck going by. Sounds like a water delivery truck. They're really loud. There he goes. I'm waiting on this truck to go by. Taxi drivers, all the taxi drivers I've talked to hate Donald Trump. And, they'll ask me, what do I think? But they hate him. And individually, these are taxi drivers that have not met one another. All of them individually, without being around one another, talking to one another, they all say he's like Hitler. And that's so true. And they say that he's a criminal. And that's true. He's a felon. Let's just get the Epstein videos so we can see Donald with the little girls, him, Epstein, and the little girls, so we can get rid of him. But that's a totally different story we'll talk about. But no, Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden, I have not heard of or seen any U.S. troops in Mexico. Oh, gosh. Woo. Okay. Now, seeing this on YouTube. Oh, you're seeing it on YouTube. Yeah, I'll have to be. I'll have to look around better, Brian. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Brian. Ola Bill, watching you from Florida. Don Cole in the house. Great to see you in the house. And my man Justin. Good morning, Bill and friends from Iowa. Thank you for watching, Justin. Thank you, Justin, so much for watching and saying hello, and much more for contributing to the channel so that we can make these trips and almost get killed and stabbed to death in the church. Ken here in Miami. Great video on Thursday. Oh, that was the Santa Fe video. Thank you. We put up 2 videos this week. One on Santa Maria. I could live, and I showed you video clips of that last week. Santa Maria is about a $5 taxi drive from where I live up on a hill over Morelia. Put that video up on Thursday. On Tuesday of this week, Fernanda, the attorney, she's an immigration attorney. We have like a 5-part series with her. We put up a video. And that video, it's titled "Marry a Mexican, Get a Visa," and that was fun. And so that portion is only like 2 minutes long, but you can marry a Mexican, get a visa. But we put up those 2 videos this week. And Ken in Miami, thank you very much. Now, let me check something on this computer over here. Someone just donated to the channel, and they clicked they clicked the what's it called? It's called the donation button in the description below the video. And it's from Marco. Marco in Chicago just donated $50 USD to the channel. God bless you, Marco. Keep sending the list, brother, as long as you contributed. I don't care. I don't mind dying. I'll die for you guys. But thank you, Marco, for contributing $50 to the channel by clicking the button, the donate button in the description below. Thank you so much. That definitely looks eerily quiet. Ms. Hawkins. That's what I learned. I'm going to go to comments. I have more to share, more video clips to share. But that's what I learned. If a town looks too quiet, if the plaza is empty, it might be time to go and wait until I get down to some more clips of what happened here. It was scary. Love, light, and peace. I love all of those words. Love, light, and peace. That is the only way to go. That's the only way to live. Love, light, and peace. Bless you. Hello, Bill from Canada. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi to you. Fam, don't worry about the uhs and ums. It's what makes you all. Yeah, you guys are great. You guys are so great. So forgiving. Thank you all so much. Okay. Canito. Too cynical. Don't incentivate more gringos. Mexican society will not welcome any more gentrification issues. We still organize and protest in the streets. Okay. Let's see. And then foreigners have gone viral in countless videos in which they intend to privatize beaches, ban Mexican music, demand we speak English in our country. Yeah, if you're going to move to Mexico, like in my neighborhood, I'm the only gringo in the neighborhood. That's what I like about Morelia. I never see gringos. I don't see any Canadians. I don't see any Americans. I'm the only American. me and Liston Henry are the only two black guys in the city out of 1 million people. And I just let everybody do their thing, do what you want to do. I don't, play your music, be yourself, leave everything alone. And in my opinion, Mexico, I'm just thinking out loud, but to get around all that gentrification and stuff, let foreigners live in Mexico, but don't let them buy businesses other than Ford and General Motors. They provide like thousands of jobs and millions of dollars of business. Ford and General Motors, ain't nobody talk about them bad. But just don't be if you move to Mexico, don't be the ugly American. We don't need no ugly Americans down here. Right, Conito? There you go. Mary Ellen, good morning. I'm in. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, where is everyone? It was freaky. I'm going to get back here. Go home, gringo. You are not welcome in Mexico. Let's see. Where's my special little button here? Where I can see it there. Here we go. Click there. Poof. How you like that? I love clicking the poof button. Now, Reggie. Okay, Bill, your videos on this city looks like the beginning of a Twilight show. It is, man. Wait until you get. I got more to come. Brenda, thank you so much for supporting the channel and being here. Bill, your video of this town looks like the beginning of Twilight Zone show. Sammy, no, American troops are forbidden to come on Mexican soil. Thank God. President Scheinbaum, Claudia, rejected Trump's request. If we want to take on cartel, they better find another way. And the best way to take on the cartels is just don't buy the drugs. That's what you do. Don't buy the drugs. Stop buying. Tell Americans not to buy drugs. Don't buy the fentanyl. There you go. Just stop. Then cartels have to sell like guacamole or something like that. Cassie, looks like Nuevo Laredo cartel vibes. Okay, now. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to these. Okay, we were on number. Okay, so I'm going to walk down this street a little more. And the further I walk away from town, I got to stop the video just for a second, turn off that comment, turn off this comment. Okay, go back to assets. Here we go. So everything's pretty peaceful here, but I swear to God, everywhere I went, these people have to be communicating from their homes to a central location to let everybody in town know where I am. And it may be hard to see up close, but very nice homes. But I bet if you moved to this town and lived in this town, I bet they would love you. But I'm telling you, if you go to this town, Cuto de la Esperanza, don't walk around. Look at that house. Very nice, very modern, beautiful, clean. Don't be walking up and down the street with a camera. They did not like that. But when you get to the end of the street, now there were a couple of guys down this street behind that truck, and they looked at me. they didn't look at me friendly. I said hello to them in Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? And they just did not look friendly. Everywhere I go, the people are friendly. I've been doing this 4.5 years, but these people did not look friendly. They looked, it was like, what are you doing in our town? Are you here to take our children? But also, this town, I'm going to make a video about this town. I'm not going to say anything bad about the town. I'm going to say how beautiful it was. But this is Saturday. I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. You're out here. The town is very small, but I've seen smaller. It's in a very beautiful spot. And look how nice that house is, right on the edge of town. It's beautiful with that view of the trees and the cows and the mountains. I mean, it's just awesome. And somebody said that you could rent like a really nice apartment for about $200 to $400 a month. So I bet if you moved there and lived there, the people would fall in love with you over time. Then you would be in their group, and then you could report the people that you see that you think are from out of town. So anyway, so I walk to the edge of town. That's what I usually do. I walk down the streets. Then I'm walking back to the plaza. There's the church right there, straight ahead. Another very nice home. But I'm wondering, this town is a 40-minute drive from Morelia. There's really kind of sort of nothing around it. So if how do you have really nice homes like that? Now, this is the church lawn, the church yard. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yep. But it was all locked up. So I'm walking around there and I see a guy walk out of the church lawn. I see a guy walk out of the church lawn because the church is right across the street from this plaza. Again, look at the plaza. There are no people. No people. So this is a sign to me. Next time I get to a town like this and I don't see any people, next time also I'm going to check populations. And if a town is too small, I'm not going. I think you have to have like a population of at least 10, 15,000 people so that you're used to seeing no people. Something like that. Okay. Huh. Now, okay, I'm looking at comments here. Okie dokie. Oh, here we go. Please be respectful in any country. Yes, we are all guests. Yes, be respectful. If I just leave everybody alone, I'm just happy and friendly. Happy, friendly in the background. No, hey, everybody, I'm just visiting. Respectful. Ola, good to be here again from Kelly, name 5733. Kelly, great to see you in the house. And El Ray Bill, there's a town there where the government is banned. Only locals are armed and run it. They've checkpoints and visitors are subject to searches. Yeah, okay, now let's get to that part. Let's get to that part. So what happened is, let me just get to the story. But first, let me show you this image right here. Here's where it all went down. Here's where it all went down, right here in the church. But before we go in the church, here's outside of the church. So one guy walked out of the yard. He told me how to get in. So I come down to the church because you guys know that's what I do. I go take a picture outside the church. I go in the church. There was only one guy in the yard. He left the church yard, and that's where the story begins. I go into the church. And just think of the Twilight Zone theme song. Take my hat off. Go in and see what the church is like. And it was it wasn't as fancy as many small churches I've been into in Mexico. And here's the ceiling. It didn't even have the, hey, it's a beautiful place, beautiful, clean. I could just feel the religious energy in there. But you usually have the curved ceiling. It looks like, I've never seen a ceiling in a church like that in Mexico. I'm cool with it. I'm good with it. But okay, so imagine this. So I go in, I take my shots of the church, and I'm walking out of the church, and all of a sudden it's like these 7 guys show up in the back of the church. 7 guys. I mean, I haven't seen 7 people in this town all together. And there's nobody in the church, nobody in the courtyard, but all of a sudden these 7 or 8 guys show up in the back of the church. And they're asking me, they're saying, well, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Why are you taking pictures? Do you have any identification? So I tell him, hey, I'm a YouTuber. I gave him my business card. It says Bill Dallas Lewis on. I said, I make YouTube videos. I'm sharing. That's what I do. And so I took my business card. Oh, well, do you have any identification? Okay, so if I'm traveling on a bus, I always take my passport and my permanent visa. But I wasn't on a bus. I was taking Didi. So I left. All I had is this driver's license from Guadalajara. I think it's expired. I said, oh, well, all I got is this. Oh, they said, this is Jalisco. Well, yes. And you got to imagine all of this is in Spanish. And they're looking kind of irritated. But this one guy seemed to be the leader. And he was looking at my business card. His hands was shaking. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, dude, why are your hands shaking? You must be nervous. I know in that situation, I got to be cool. I can't appear to be nervous at all. I got to be the man. Fortunately, I was taller than everybody. Now, okay. So then they want to, can we look through your backpack? Look, we want to look through your backpack. Okay. I said, well, there it is. Look through the backpack. So they go through every little nook and cranny in my backpack. And there's nothing in there. I had a raincoat in there, some change, just a couple of pesos here and then. Nothing's in the backpack. I said, well, and then there was this other guy. After all these guys showed up, then this one guy in a blue shirt showed up. He stood way in the back of them, and we're all in the back of the church. So I said, okay. So they said, okay, well, you can go now. I said, okay, well, I just want to, can I take some more pictures of the plaza? No, you have to get permission from the city to take pictures of the plaza. Oh, okay. I said, I'll just leave town. How can I leave town? I just want to get the F out of town. Actually, mofo. Okay, just let me get the F out of town. And so I leave the church. They tell me I can't take any pictures, but I got my spy glasses on. That's the good thing about the spy glasses. And there's a guy. I saw him more than once. I think he followed me around town. But this is the big street on the side of the plaza. At this point, I've been a lot of places in Mexico, small towns. You've seen my videos. I've never had anything like that happen. So I leave the church. I was so happy to get out of the church. I'm going through the churchyard right now with my spy glasses on. I'm so happy to get out of that church. All I want to do is find a taxi or a bus. I'm getting the F out of this town like right now. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm walking back to the plaza, and that's where I sit down at a bench on the plaza right where the bus comes. Bus is supposed to be there at 7:30 in the morning. No, the bus is supposed to be there at 10:30. And I meet a really nice guy. And the guy, and this is all in Spanish, and this is where it's great to speak Spanish. I don't know, if I didn't speak Spanish, I don't know what I would have said to those guys if I didn't know any Spanish in the church. But I go back to the plaza, and the plaza's over there on the right-hand side. So I go back to the plaza, and this really nice guy is talking to me, saying, oh, I just love this town. It's so nice. He's really nice to me. He said, you should live here. It's nice and clean and friendly and all that kind of stuff. And then the guy in the blue shirt, I told you about a guy in the blue shirt, he comes into the plaza, and he comes up to me and introduces himself. Ends up, he's an attorney. He's a civil attorney. He was very nice to me, and I was asking him about his practice in the town, rental properties, buying a house. He said it's really expensive to buy houses there, and I gave him all those guys that had my business card. They were watching my YouTube channel. I guess that helped, and then the attorney, he was an attorney. The guy in the blue was an attorney. He pulled out his cell phone, and he had pictures of festivals in the plaza with fireworks and all that. He was sharing me what that's all like, and we talked about him going to college, and then when we finished talking, he stuck out his hand and said, mucho gusto, which means nice to meet you. Very good. Then he walked away. Okay. So I'm thinking, well, I'm just waiting on the bus, man. So I'm sitting on a park bench. I talked to some nice people. I'm sitting on, no. So I'm sitting on a park bench out here, about right there. And then a Morelia police car pulls up right next to the plaza, and they pull up right behind where I'm sitting. This Morelia police car pulls up right behind where I'm sitting. And they were like right back there, and I didn't turn around to look at them, but I'm thinking, how can this day get any worse? are they going to come mess with me? I mean, I already got shook down in the church. I'm like, there's only one person in the plaza. That's me. They can't want to talk to me about anything. So they, sure enough, they come right up to me, a male and a female police officers from Morelia. A young guy, I'd say he's maybe 34 years old, with a woman that had blonde hair. She looked like she was maybe 40, 42 years old. She didn't say anything. And he was asking me, what are you doing here? Do you have any identification? The only identification I had was that Jalisco driver's license. And I said, well, this is old. You know, I had my business. I gave him a business card. He pulled up my YouTube channel. He was watching my YouTube channel. And the guy, he was cool. He didn't tell me why he was talking to me, but the town must have called the police on me also. This whole thing was freaky. So I explained, I make YouTube, and it was a good thing that he could look at my YouTube channel, because there I was right there talking and in some city. And so he was cool. The more I talked, and they didn't speak any English. So we talked for a while. And then I said, okay, I'm waiting on the bus. I'm leaving. Okay, I'm getting out of town. And he said, okay, so we got to be kind of friendly. And then he said, okay, let me give you my phone number. So I gave him a piece of paper and a pen. He wrote down his phone number, and he said, if you have any more problems, call me. If you have any problems, you call me. And then the police left, and the police woman was looking at me kind of like, she was looking at me like, you know, I like you. I like you. Like, she was looking at me like that. So okay, so they left. This was a trip, man. So they left, and the bus was late. It didn't show up. It was supposed to be there at 10:30. Didn't show up until about 10:40. So I got on the bus. And this bus right here costs you like 20 pesos or $1. And it takes you into Morelia. It's about an hour trip. So as soon as I was in Morelia, I got off the bus. As soon as I saw signs of civilization, I got off the bus and then took a DD home. So I'm going to put up this video this week. And I'm not going to tell that story on the video because I don't think it would be fair to tell the whole story. I'm just going to say the kind of place it was and stuff like that. But I tell you, man, that has never, ever happened to me ever. And you guys know I do this. I take these trips every week. That was scary. It was scary. It was scary, but on the other hand, after being freaked out about everything, after being angry, then when was I? I was there on Wednesday. It took me a couple of days to calm down and to just tell myself, well, you are a stranger and you're walking around this small town with a video camera taking pictures of people's houses. Well, okay. And if you're not used to strangers, maybe strangers never come to their town. You have all these other popular cities, San Miguel Allende, Puerto Vallarta, Morelia, where you have all these people coming and going every day. But maybe if people don't come and go every day from your city, maybe it freaks you out when you see people that you don't know, or a 6-foot black man walking around with a camera. Maybe they thought I was with the cartel. Maybe they thought I was going to kidnap their women and their children, something like that. So, okay, all right. And they called the police on me too. So, so live and learn, But I've been warned to be cautious now. And maybe if I go to these really small towns, maybe I won't use the camera at all. Maybe I'll just use my spy glasses and walk the streets like that. And then people just think I'm just walking the street. Whatever. Whew, that was some freaky ass shit. I'm just saying that was some freaky ass shit. Now here we go. Okay, now let's get back to it. Okay. Shop owners, property owners, and mostly the state governments are totally responsible for things going up, okay? The foreigners just show up and pay what is asked us. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you very much. From Los Angeles, good morning. Does Morelia have an tourist information center generally noted by a small letter I somewhere around the building? Yeah, Morelia does have a tourist. Morelia has many tourist information stations around El Centro specifically. And they're usually little booths out on the street, and it says information for tourists right there. And they have pamphlets, and you can talk to people, the whole deal. Trump is trying to use extreme measures to combat the drugs because the majority of the users of fentanyl are white people. He is the president of white people only, and that's pretty right. I mean, Donald Trump, he's a criminal. He's accused of sexual assault. He's a 34-count felon, and if he weren't the president, he would be in jail. He didn't put any people of color on his cabinet. He doesn't associate with any people of color. He's if he can be like Hitler, which he would love to be, he's only sending troops to cities like Washington, D.C., black mayor, black community, to Los Angeles, black mayor, black communities, grabbing people off the street. He has a criminal mind, and if he can just control the military and the judiciary, then he can be the true criminal that he is, and he will never have to follow anybody's rule. He can be a real bigot and stay out of jail. But with the Epstein videos coming out, when they see the videos with him and the little girls dancing around, well, then maybe they'll put him in jail. Foreigners have nothing to do with gentrification. Think about it. We don't show up and say, I want to pay double price. Okay. Town name is Sharon. It's anti-cartel. It's very safe. Mexico is tired of the crime. Okay, very good. Kelly, the foreigners need to research what the locals pay and only pay that. That is how the prices stay normal for the area. Do you research and stand up to the shops and property owners? Okay. BC Miller, maybe they were interviewing you for a new priest. Did you get the job? No, I didn't get the job. Mexican citizens are very tired with the terrorist cartels, some for U.S. citizens. Wow, that's scary. Yeah, that was pretty wild. It was a pretty wild day. Always rock the spy glasses until you get the feel of the town. Player haters are worldwide. Yeah, man. Always rock the spy glasses. Yeah, man. Yep, there you go. Looks like a new take on an old Western. Deserted streets and scary locals. Where's the sheriff? Yeah, the sheriff got me right at the end. Uh-huh. Okay, now, cartels have morphed into terrorist organization. They are much more that drug runners and into everything, all business. And I'm not going to talk about that. But all I can say, I was in Colima. I was taking a tour in Colima from a Canadian lady who had lived in Colima for 17 years. She was married to a Mexican guy. She does tours. Her name is Lucy. And she told me stuff about the cartel, very much what Kelly's talking about here. And she blew my mind. She told me things I had never imagined. And I'm not saying anything because I don't want to get in any trouble. If you talk to me on the phone about it, I might tell you. If you come down here and talk to me in person, we have some breakfast. Oh yeah, I'll talk to you about it then. Okay, that is common in some parts of Michoacan. My compadre is agricultural engineer, and he gets stopped and questioned sometimes, especially if you are new in town. It's a trust issue. Callie, trucker 66. Thank you so much. Yeah, I can see that. It's a trust issue. Who are you? And in a small town, population 1,000 people, they don't see any new people. It's just them. They know everybody. And Brian, pretty boy, maiden, keeping me on the road by contributing to the channel. Brian, thank you so much. And even though this experience was very scary, I'm going back on the road this week. But I'm going to be more cautious, use my spy glasses better and more. You can use the spy glasses. If you're just using the spy glasses, be careful when I walk down the side streets. Don't go too far out, But when I was in Santa Maria, which is in Morelia, but this place was in Morelia also, though it's out in the country. A lot of people, they don't care if you're taking pictures. It changes from place to place. Cats, classic xenophobia. Glad they did not send dogs to attack you. You look like a vagrant ready to camp out in the plaza. Firstly, state your intentions. Those folks didn't want strangers in their town. Thank you for noticing the uhs and ums, but in videos. Also, people elevate their voice at the end of a sentence. You don't elevate your voice, but so many do. Horrible to listen to. Thank you, Kelly. Now, buck stops here. In my experience in El Barrio, when you are a stranger and look different with a different accent, the locals won't trust you. Okay. They question you. After that, they begin to trust you and like you. And in my neighborhood here in Morelia, because I walk my 4 or 5 miles up and down the street 5 days a week. So I know almost everybody on this street. It's like 10 blocks. I know almost everybody. I'm walking it. I see these people. I wave to them every morning. And adults, they're all cool. The adults are happy and friendly. They say hi. Some of them know my name now, but their kids seem to like I'm old. Okay, it's like the kids, the teenagers, like uh, I, the teenagers are like I don't talk to old people like you. Okay, but there's a guy across the street. This family across the street, I think, is husband, wife, two sons and a daughter. And the two sons, they're like older teenagers. They might be in college. The daughter, I think she's maybe 21, 22. I think she's in college. They have 5 cars for 5 people in their family. I think they sell cars. I don't know. But one of the sons, at the time that I'm walking, he gets into his Volkswagen. It's one of those new Volkswagens. I don't know. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Every morning he's out there. He's got some bags. I don't know if he's a student, if he's going to work. I don't know what. So I've been walking here for like a month, a year and a month. I've been seeing him for a year and a month. And he just started saying hello to me this week. It was like a miracle. It was a wonderful miracle. After a year, this guy is now my friend. It took a year. Man. So yeah, people want to know who you are. That's very good. Mary Ellen Giesbill, I wouldn't share a video about that town. They're all looking at your YouTube channel now. There's definitely something shady going on there. Okay. Cassie Davis, xenophobia goes both ways. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Mary Ellen, exactly. Sammy, it was nothing to do. Oh, it was nothing to do with racism. Mexico is not like the racist United States. Some Americans are clueless about what people go through in America. And that's a whole nother story too. Hey man, yeah. Sammy, you got that. Being black in America is a mofo. That's why I live here. Being black in the United States is no fun at all. Oh, but I do have a story to tell on that subject. Okay. I'm hesitant. I'm very hesitant to be a football fan. I'm talking about college football, NFL. Do I like the game? I played the game, that whole thing. But I'm really hesitant because I think the sport is a racist sport. Because if you go to an Ohio State game, they get 110,000 people in the stadium, and there's like 3 black people in the stadium. You got 3 black people, all right, in the stadium. You got 110,000 people, but it's like 80% of the football team is black. That's just, I mean, and or are you getting the NFL, the NBA? So anyway, I was watching an NFL game like just a couple of days ago, and I looked at the TV, and in my mind, something said, wow, look at all those black people. I mean, really, in my mind, I said, wow, lots of black people. I hadn't seen that many black people in a long time. Then it hit me. Oh, that's the NFL. I mean, it shocked me. Look at all those black people. I mean, no matter how much news you see or situation comedies you see, watching television, you never see just a whole bunch of black people. And I was shocked. Oh, that's the NFL. But I think black athletes should boycott sports altogether. and promote science and mathematics and AI learning in schools and make little kids famous for their minds instead of for hitting people, jumping up and down, bouncing balls, throwing balls. Yeah, end it, boycott it. So I got that off my chest. Now, Lenore Wilson, good morning, everyone. I late today, got caught up doing a little Saturday morning cleaning. Good for you. Let's not make everything racial. I'm white and Donald Trump isn't my chosen. Yeah, something with Donald Trump, everything is racial. And for many Americans, everything is racial. And that's the way it is in the United States. Everything is racial. I used to work for I used to work for a Fortune 500 company, and it was a racist organization. I grew up with the Ku Klux Klan right down the street with their little white hoods and all that kind of stuff right down the street. The racist police department. I mean, yeah. If you're black, you have to deal with that every day, every minute, every second when you go to work. When you're black in the United States, race is an issue every breath you take, every second. But if you're white, and there's some fabulous, I was married to a white woman for 15 years. I went to Dartmouth College, all white school, graduated from there, graduated from the Ohio State University, lots of white people there. I have numerous white friends, went to a white high school. The only black dude to go to an Ivy League school from that white high school. Okay, I know some fabulous, wonderful, loving, open, wonderful white people. I know some. Many. I know many. But if you are white in the United States, I don't know what it's like. But if you're black in the United States, every breath you breathe, you realize the hurricane of racism that is on television, in the movies, in your neighborhood, where you work. And let me take it a step further. My first wife, she's white. She's still white. Her father was a fireman in Columbus, Ohio. And him and all his cousins and brothers were in the fire department. They didn't have any black people in the fire department. It was mostly her family in the fire department. I mean, when you're black, you notice stuff like that. Like you can't get a job at the fire department because your last name ain't Brasket and you're not white. I mean, I'm telling you, man. So you can give up let's not make everything racial. Yeah, I don't think so, my brother. Casey, self-ruling indigenous community, largely free of federal intervention. Sammy, the United States is one of the most dangerous countries on earth. They never shot him. No, oh yeah. Notice he never ended up like Ahmaud Arbery. Okay, yeah, they didn't shoot down him. He didn't get shot. Wendy, I think. Bill, you could give a recommendation for those spy glasses, which is a good kind because there's tons and tons of them on Amazon. Some of them must be garbage. Thanks if you could. Okay. Yeah, okay. Next week I'll have the little box with me. I think they're called, I forget. They were very expensive, $250. But these are 2K glasses. My suggestion is if you buy glasses, make sure that they are 4K. And I may spend another $300 up my investment, make sure that they are 4K. That's better quality. there's something else about the glass. Oh, okay. Also, in the world of video, there is landscape. So in movie world, the term is called 16:9. And 16:9 is the ratio of the width and height of video in the modern day. And if you look at this piece of paper, this is usually what a movie theater screen looks like. In the old days, the aspect ratio was not 16:9 like this, and it was 4:3 like this. Actually, not like this, but about like this. They called it 4:3, almost square. But 16:9 is like this. Then there's, and this would be called landscape mode. So here the image goes from here to here all the way across. This is called portrait mode. So when you get glasses, you want to make sure that you have the 16:9 landscape mode available, because I mean this mode, portrait mode, may be good for YouTube videos. I don't make YouTube videos. I'm sorry, for TikTok videos. I don't make TikTok videos. And these type of videos for me are not as versatile as the 16:9 videos. So my advice to you, if you're getting, and that's where those glasses, who makes them? Does Facebook make those? You guys know they're very expensive, they're called the eyeglass or something like that. It costs like $350. They're all portrait mode. My sister bought them. I would never buy those. Also, they have a limit on, it's like you can only record for like 3 minutes at a time, something like that. So anyway, Wendy, that's all I have to say about that. Now, let's go over here. Sammy, who do you think provides them with the guns, Kelly? America is the most terroristic country that I know, and Sammy is quite right about that. What, you got the cartel down here with all these guns? Guns are illegal in Mexico. Where they get the guns? Mexico doesn't manufacture guns. All those guns come from the United States. People making that big money in the United States selling guns to the cartel. How is that happening? How is that happening? Yeah. Sammy, they don't sick dogs on people. They are not the United States. Xenophobia again. They're not America. Vito Chan. Hola, Vito. RE, Social Security. I never received, okay, very good. I've never received such a form. On the other hand, I've never been notified by Social Security to create and access my Social Security account online every 6 months and do receive reminders. On the other hand, to create and access my, okay, now, Vita, here, since I live in Mexico, I can't have one of those online accounts, because when they ask for your address, you can't put in a Mexican address. So I can't, what is it called? My SSI. I can't do that online. So I have to do everything through the mail or by telephone, as far as I know, unless they've updated that within the last 6 months. So if you have a U.S. address and you can access that system online, then I don't think you would have to fill out this form. It's just a personal Bill the Geek problem. Now, Ops Chief, my wife keeps saying, I told you so. I told you so. I'll be hearing that for a few days. Sorry, Bill. Oh, thank you so much, Marco. And I just remember, oh, and Marco, ops chief, he's the one that sent me the list of the places to visit. But I remember this one part of his message. Most of it is a long list of 14 places. And below each place, there's a Wikipedia link. And then at the very bottom, it's almost like a disclaimer. And Marco says, now, okay. The only thing I remember about the disclaimer is, now I can't guarantee that all these places are safe, which I just ignored. Because, well, whatever, right? I had no clue. It was going to be like that. No clue. Thank you. Mr. Leo, man, the problem with Trump's health is that it's not fail. Oh, ooh, Mr. Leo, man, you my man. I'm going to call you brother man. And you hit that right on the head. That's the only problem with Trump's health is it's not failing fast enough. God bless you. I have your number, BC Miller. I am not Billy. Ooh. Ha. Okay. All right. Late hello to everyone from Montreal. I visited the Mexican section of my city this morning. Good for you. Bill is 100% correct. It's tough for black people in the USA. The systematic racism never ends, especially when USA citizens literally vote for an open racist. And the buck stops here. It's crazy. It's crazy. But one thing I do want to say is the really funny thing is that they were supposed to have the World Soccer Cup in the United States. The World Soccer Cup. That's huge money. People come to visit that from all over the world. Well, because it wouldn't make sense for the World Soccer Cup to be in the United States because it's so racist there. And the people that would come would be from all over the world, all different nationalities, many of them people of color. So the FIFA organization decided they didn't want all those people, the millions of people that would be visiting the United States to end up in concentration camps. So they can't have the soccer cup in the United States. They're going to split up that big, giant, multi-billion-dollar event, and parts of it will be played in Canada and parts in the United States. That's just hilarious. Tell it like it is, Billy. Don't allow yourself to be bullied. Trump is your president. Whether you like it or not, you benefit from his hatred of black people. Yeah. And I was just talking about Donald Trump yesterday with our main security guard here. It's just I don't know if I can take another 3 years of this. Donald Trump's father, Fred, was arrested in 1927 in Queens, New York. The arrest occurred after a Ku Klux Klan parade turned into a brawl. But I tell you what, I remember when Obama was president. I was down here when Obama was elected. I remember I went to an event. I saw him get elected on a big screen with like 500 other people. And I was in Mexico the whole time Obama was president, except for 4 months when my dad was dying. And everywhere I went in Mexico, Mexicans would come up to me and say, out of the blue, they'd come up to me and they'd say, "We like Obama. We like Obama." Or they'd say, "You look like Obama." Mexican families would come up to me and want to take pictures with me with their children when Obama was in office. Nobody has ever come up to me in Mexico and said, we like Donald Trump. He's just sick. Wow, the street is almost eerily too perfectly clean, well taken care of dwellings. Where are the people? Where are all the cars? Was this early in the AM? This was at about 10:30, around 10 o'clock in the morning. But that's when I always take my videos. And Kelly, if you look at any of the places I've been over the last 3 months, I shoot all those videos pretty much at the same time, around between 10 o'clock in the morning and at noon. And I'm trying to think, where was I? Iruapan. No, it's not there. Well, it's a big city north of Morelia, but it's the same. Well, it's not that big of a city, but everywhere I go, there are always people in the plaza at 10 a.m. Lots of people. What? That was weird. Now, okay, Sammy, keep on. Brian, pretty boy made it. Sammy, keep on telling it like you know who Sammy is, right, Brian? You know who that is. Keep on telling like still thinking of that. Yeah, you know who that is. And Char Williams, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Char is down here in Morelia. She's been down here a couple of months now. She just moved into her new studio about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. She's still enjoying it down here, still trying to figure out what's going on. The World Cup will be better off in Canada and Mexico. Thank you, Brian, pretty boy Maiden. Smash up the likes for Bill showing us all the real Mexico that you will never see on the other YouTubers' channels. And thank you, Buck, for supporting that. And if you're new here, I just go out, I get my camera, go take videos. This trip was totally, I was shocked. That was unbelievable, but I'm just going to say, I'm just going to say thank God for my hourly walks that I take 5 days a week, because it's not just the walking for the physical, it's the mental part of it. And trying to clean, I get out of bed, read some positive thinking stuff. I take that with me on my walk. The walk is peaceful. That hour 5 days a week is all about thinking about nothing and cleaning the mind out so I can start the day out totally fresh, and then come back, do some meditation for about 30 minutes to chill my mind out some more so that I can get beyond Bill and see what is there. And I think that if I had an asshole mind that was just all the mind, the Bill, I might have got killed. If I had been in that church with those people with an attitude, getting angry, what do you want? What do you want? Why don't you go and leave me alone? I ain't giving you nothing. No, don't look at my bag. Shit, I'll kick your ass. If I had that Bill with me, would have been totally different. But I was totally peaceful Bill, and totally chilled and calmed out Bill, and not the ugly American Bill. So I think that helped out a lot. It could have gone really bad, but you're in another person's town, another person's country. Just be chilled out. Whatever. Okay, now what's happening over here now? Tell them about that time you was in a drive-by to provide the real footage of Mexico. Bill is really, yeah, and that just happened. That just happened like about 3 months ago. Was that about 3 months ago? I forget the name of the city. Nice city. But yeah, I got off the bus. Yeah, and it was the cartel, the teenagers in the car cell, and everybody on the street just running off the streets, going into stores, getting off the streets, and you could hear the guns. Bam, 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 bam. That was at 2:00 in the afternoon. Yeah, man. But the people in the city, yeah, that's but just that's just the way it goes. And here we go, Axel Foley. I had a special segment for you with video clips about movies that are playing here in Mexico. Now, here we go. Hi, Bill. Shirley in the house. Justice for all. Hi, Bill. I missed your story about the upsetting incident. It seems you have to have really affected you. Oh, don't worry. Just watch the whole story at another time. Shirley, Brian Maiden, thank you, Bill, for another great Saturday. Hope you and all in the house this morning have a great weekend and see you all next weekend. Peace and love to all. Thank you so much, Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden, for sharing your time and your content, your comments and your presence with us, and as always, for contributing to the channel. Woo! Wow, man. Okay, now, well, let me check my list here. Let's see. Okay. Something I'm noticing about how many views I get on my videos. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Okay. No, I didn't know that, Jamie. But one person asked me, she said, why don't you do more videos about Morelia? And I didn't think that many people wanted to see videos about Morelia. I didn't think people knew what Morelia was. So I didn't. But when I make videos about Morelia, they get a lot of views. So I'm going to start making more videos. About Morelia. That's on my list of things to say. JR. Gracious Bill. JR. Hola, JR. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Katz, thank you for sharing your wisdom and experiences. You are a beacon of light. Kat, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Axel Foley went to bed late, just got up, getting ready to get out of the house. Movie time. Yeah, you do it, my man, Axel Foley. Okay, you guys, I'm getting ready to hit the road here. It's a wonderful world. It's a wonderful world with some wonderful people. There are people of all colors and sexes and sexual preferences. And my motto is people are people, and deep down inside, they're all just loving people. Uh-oh. So now, Reggie, I agree. I'd love to see more about Morelia. Okay. Restaurants, things to do, places to see. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool beans. Let's see. Okay. I'd like to see the prices of apartments in all the areas you visit and hear about the weather there. Okay, cool. Okay. And hey, that's cool with me. I'd love to be in town more. Yeah, right on. Okay. So We live in a fabulous world. Everybody just go out and share some love today. You know, all of that. Go out and go. Same here from Just JG. Go out and share some love today. If you can find some, go out and find you some really good fentanyl. You know, get all high on that. Maybe drink some Thunderbird, you know, something like that. You know, just go out and have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Life's way too short not to have a good time and a good life. Divorce your wife. Divorce your husband. Be free. Be free. You know, split up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Get away from them. Go out and have some fun. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm Bill the Geek, and I'm opinionated. I just let it all hang out because that's the way I am. I can't help myself. So let's see now. Let's go over here. Let me click this button. So I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we're broadcasting live. We get together and broadcast Boone's Farm. Somebody's talking about Boone's Farm apple wine. Oh, you go back, girl. That was the first time I ever got drunk, was at a church camp drinking Boone's Farm. Woo! Yahoo! That's funny. But anyway, we get together every Saturday. We get together every Saturday. Reggie, just thank you. Ask your friendly neighbors want to see around. Ask your friendly neighbors want to see around you. Okay. 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 Yeah, people got things to say. But Reggie, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Have a better week this week, Bill. Take care, everyone. Yeah, that's Marco in Chicago. But yeah, like everybody's saying, everybody have a great week. If you're new here, click that subscribe button. We're always talking about Mexico, things to do, places to go, what to look out for. Yes, we talk politics here. I'm a big time, open-minded. I love everybody. And you might think I'm a liberal. Why? I guess some people would say I'm a far left in the whole liberal. Sometimes we talk politics here every Saturday. But, you know, it's all about the love. We try to share the love. And that's what it's all about. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm going to go to the grocery store. And once again, I am Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Thanks for clicking that like button, contributing to the channel, leaving a comment. Maybe you hit that subscribe button. But we love you all. All I have to say is I'm just going to say adios and hasta luego. Que te vaya bien. Love you all. Have a great weekend and have a great life until we should cross paths again, maybe next Saturday.